Good morning, live weather blog meteorologist Bob Acanfrio here with today's tropical update for Wednesday, July 21st, 2010. We are continuing to watch our Invest 97L located just north of Hispaniola today. My thoughts were yesterday that this thing would get itself together today and we could see a tropical depression, but boy, what a difference 12 hours makes, huh? We've seen convection really wane over this system last night. Looks like a combination of some shear and dry air got into this system and really knocked it down a bit. Still see convection trying to fire up just north here of Hispaniola, and if the center would develop, it would be right in this area here. But I think with the proximity to Hispaniola today, we're not going to see much development out of this today. It looks like probably if we do see a tropical depression, it would be in the next 24 to 48 hours as this moves away from Hispaniola off to the west-northwest. Conditions are still favorable for development in the next 24 to 48 hours, and the National Hurricane Center still gives us a 60% chance of seeing a tropical depression in the next 24 to 48 hours. Hurricane hunters are not going out into this system today. They decided to cancel recon this morning. They are tentatively scheduled to go out into this system tomorrow afternoon. So we'll have to see what happens there. And here's the water vapor loop giving you a really good view of that upper level low right in here. And as I mentioned yesterday, this was a touchy situation here. When you have an upper level low located so close to a developing tropical system, it's either feast or famine. Yesterday we saw the feast. Today we're seeing the famine, definitely. See, it's starting to back possibly to the south. The best, if you really want to see this thing develop, the best thing with this upper level low would to back off to the southwest, to move away just like this. That would be able to get upper level high to build over this. You can see the upper high more so with the fanning of the clouds in this region right in here, but next to where we might see the center, a little too close to this upper level low right now. Starting to see some signs this might start backing to the west. We'll have to see. Right now it's way too close to this system. So again, conditions may change the next 24 to 48 hours. We'll have to see about that. Again, the rest of the Caribbean and Western Atlantic, even Central Atlantic, pretty calm right now as far as tropical development. First visible pictures this morning, again showing no low-level center. We do see some convection trying to redevelop right north of the Dominican Republic right here. So we'll have to see. We'll watch this area today. This will be our focus today to see if anything comes of that. And again, what a difference a day makes even in the convection. You saw yesterday as we're looking at this radar, a lot of convection in here. Hardly nothing this morning. Good news for Puerto Rico. They do need a break. They've had a lot of flooding rains there the last couple days. So we'll still see some convection through Puerto Rico today, but a nice little break for them. And just showing you the shear from Sims this morning. Again, bubble of upper level high right near the system, but again, strong shear again just to the north and west of it. So it's that fine line. There's this upper low right in this area here. A lot of wind shear. It's close again, folks, close. But I think for today, this system's going to have to get away from Hispaniola, really, to see any development. That's why today, unlike yesterday where I really thought we'd see something at least, if this really got going last night, we could have saw a depression today. But because of its very unorganized state today and being close to Hispaniola, I don't see development today. Again, possibly in the next 24 to 48 hours, we might see a tropical depression. Okay, here's the 6Z models from early this morning. You can see a little bit of a shift to the north in the models this morning. Don't want to focus too much on the models at this point. We don't have a system developed. I still believe this is going to, especially if it stays weak, it's going to stay more towards the western, southern end of this cone here. So again, South Florida looks like it's going to be the focus of where this system may come ashore. In any event, even if it stays weak, throughout the whole peninsula of Florida here, from east to south, expect conditions to start going downhill Thursday night, and then it's going to be a rainy Friday and Saturday, especially for Central and South Florida. So expect, whether this develops or not, expect gusty winds, heavy rainfall, possible some flooding rains for Friday and Saturday for the Florida peninsula. Again, intensity models, they've backed down a little bit. Still seeing a bunch of them in the tropical storm area, especially the two ones I watch are the ships and the LGM, and they're both still bringing this to a tropical storm in the next 24 to 48 hours. Still some good low-level vorticity with this system, and you can see it right north of Hispaniola here. So still, I mean, there's still a possibility. Again, it's a little too close to Hispaniola today. That's why I don't really see anything that's going to happen today right now. Again, maybe in the next 24 to 48 hours once this pushes away, if conditions could get a little better out in front of it. But you can see still some good low-level spin to it, and that's what we need to really spin up a system and get a low-level center to develop. Going through some models real quick. HWRF model, again, showing a tropical storm, weak tropical storm, getting close to South Florida here by Friday. GFDL again for Friday, a tropical storm, again a little farther north here. GFDL has had this northern bias so far this year, so that's why I just don't think this system's going to get as far north as this is showing if it does develop. But this is showing Central Florida here. Parallel GFS Friday morning, little weak reflection here at the surface. Again, South Florida. Doesn't really develop the system too crazily, but here it is right here. Little closed isobars right in this area. Last but not least, my friend the Euro model, still not developing this system, and this says a lot. You know, when the Euro's not on board with a system, you have to think, well, it may not develop. This model is very good at tropical forecasting, and we've seen it continually to keep this an open wave. You can see right here, open wave, and then into the Gulf of Mexico. It also tries to develop another system here in the Western Atlantic early next week. And actually so does the GFS in a little bit. So we'll continue to watch this area as the MJO is still continuing to be parked over this area. So again, with the Euro not on board, that makes you wonder, will this really ever develop? And we still have to see about that. Confidence today is a little lower with me than yesterday. Again, it's going to be a close call with that upper level low close by. So we'll just keep monitoring the situation. Again, if you're living in central South Florida, keep watching this. Little better news today that most likely you're not going to see a hurricane knocking on your door this weekend. But again, gusty winds, heavy rainfall possible for that area. Actually, probably for that area Friday and Saturday. I will have another update later today if conditions change. If not, you'll hear from me again tomorrow morning. Have a great day.